Tape script 9.12.
Some of my clearest and earliest memories are of my first school, so I'd like to share a particular memory about that. It's a memory that still upsets me after all these years. I was 4 years old and had just started school. It was quite a long way from my house and there were no school buses, so I had to walk. My sister is 11 years older than me, and her big school was next to mine, so my mum sometimes asked her to take me to school. She was not keen to do this. She had no time for a small, irritating sister dragging along behind her. She liked to meet up with her cool friends. What's more, because her school day started later than mine, she was happy to dawdle and chat with her friends, and she refused to hurry to get me there on time. I was always an anxious child, and I would tug at her sleeve and fret about being late. She'd just shake me off. Anyway, one day was particularly bad, and it has been burned in my brain ever since. It was pouring with rain, and we splashed through puddles as we walked. My sister was moaning all the time about how the rain was ruining her hair because she was hoping to meet a certain boy on the way. On that day, he didn't turn up, and this put her in a very bad mood. I was wearing my new red welly boots, and they were really difficult to pull on and off. I was full of fear. Miss Marks, my teacher, would kill me if I was late again. Finally, we got there, and my sister, suddenly energised, ran off, leaving me to cope with the wellies. The cloakroom was empty, and I sat tearfully on the bench, tugging at the wretched boots. I put on my indoor shoes and crept into the back of the classroom. I was very late and very scared. The other kids were making mosaic pictures with lots of different coloured bits of sticky paper. I had been so looking forward to doing this. Art was my best subject, and I'd planned to do a beautiful portrait of my black and white cat. Miss Marks called across the room, "Elizabeth, late again! Where have you been?" I hung my head. I knew telling tales about my rotten sister would cut no ice with Miss Marks. "You'll just have to sit in the corner and do a jigsaw." So I did, silently weeping and cursing my sister. I never did make a mosaic picture of my cat. To this day, my sister insists she can't remember anything about this. However, I believe it's the reason I have such a problem with lateness. I always arrive on time.